Okay, so shall we start?
Go ahead, please.
Okay.
Teacher
Teacher
Marl,
Marl,
right?
right?
Teacher Marl. Okay. So yes,
Yes,
hi,
hi,
good
good
afternoon.
afternoon.
May I
May I
know
know
your
your
name,
name,
please?
My
My
name
name
is
is Marl.
Yes,
Yes,
hi,
hi,
good
good
afternoon,
afternoon.
Mar. Welcome to the
To the
class
class
today.
today.
How are
How are
you?
you?
I'm
I'm
really
really
well
well
today,
today,
and
and
I
I
like
like
the
the
weather
weather
because
because
it's
it's
really
really
sunny.
sunny.
That's wonderful to know. So, Marl, are you ready to start?
Yes.
Okay, so by the way, let me just introduce myself very quick. My name is Teacher Maggie, and I'll be your teacher for your lesson today. And I really hope that somehow I can help you on how to improve some parts of your skills that you really need to focus on. All right?
Okay.
Okay. So let's try to get to know one another. First of all, I'd like to know, are you working or are you still studying, Marl?
I'm already working.
I see. May I know your job, Marl?
Mm. I'm I'm a comics writer, like a webtoon, like that.
Mm, okay, that's wonderful. So thank you very much for that, Marl. What do you enjoy about your job as a comics writer?
Well, I really like it because it's related to arts, and I like reading comics too. So yes, I guess that's it.
I see. Okay, thank you so much for that. And now, speaking of enjoyment, so what do you like to do in your free time, Marl?
I like reading comics too, and at the same time, sometimes, well, I also watch some Chinese dramas and read novels, web novels.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for that. So now that I've known a bit about you, Marl, let us now talk about and go to your exam details.
Hmm.
So I'd like to know, Marl, have you already taken the IELTS test before?
Not yet. This is my first time.
Your first time, okay. And when will be your first IELTS
Hmm.
examination date?
It's gonna be around August or September. Well, I'm
Any
planning.
particular dates? I see.
Well,
Do you have, yeah?
I'm planning to take it around August 30th, like
August
the end of
30th, sorry.
yes,
Ah, okay. The end of August, correct?
yes.
Okay, I see. So let me take note. All right. And since this is going to be your first time to take the IELTS test, what is your target score?
At least 5 or 6. 6. Okay.
Okay, at least a 5 or 6. So probably let's write down a 6. Okay, so there you go. Well, thank you very much for those short information, Marl. So, since this is your first time to take the IELTS test, so I'm just going to give you an introduction or an overview of the IELTS speaking test. So, for the IELTS speaking test, we have three parts. Part number one, this is our introduction and interview, and this is usually 4 to 5 minutes. There will be about 12 questions on three different topics. And the topics will just mostly about food, or maybe it's about your family or even your hobbies. And these are just personal subjects. Now, for the next part, which is part number two, Marl, this is our individual long turn. This is usually 3 to 4 minutes. And you have 1 minute to prepare. And after 1 minute, you'll now need to speak for 2 minutes. And then moving on to the last part, which is part number three, Marl. This is our two-way discussion, and this is also usually 4 to 5 minutes. Now, the topic in part three is just very similar to part number two. And last is we're going to read and answer some abstract questions. Okay, and that's the IELTS speaking test. Any questions, Marl?
So far,
I'm sorry.
none so far.
None so far. Okay, good. So, well, before we start, let me just give you a short and gentle reminder, Marl. So, today we will be doing a full mock test, just like the real IELTS examination. And of course, I need to make sure that time spent on each part is appropriate. And you don't have to worry if I stop you while you're speaking. That is just normal when taking the real IELTS test. Okay, Marl?
Yes.
Good. So, Marl, let's now begin with part number one. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay. So, Marl, for part number one, the first topic is about text messages. So, Marl, number one, how often do you send text messages?
I rarely send text messages nowadays because I often use Messenger or online applications. Messenger, Kakao, or Talk, and even MS Teams. So yeah, I can say it's just rarely. Only when I send messages to my parents, I guess, my family.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. Let me
Mm,
save your
mm,
answer. Okay, next question, Marl. Is sending messages
mm.
popular in your country?
Yes, it is really popular. Yes, and even in the past, it has been really popular, especially when the phone was became, how do you call that? Became really famous, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Marl. Let me save this. And let's now move to the next topic for part one, Marl. This is hometown. So here's your question. What is
Mm.
one of the best things about living there?
Okay. I guess it is durian because durian is the fruit of my city. Like it is known that our city is like the king. I mean, how can I say this? Like, it's the best place to eat durian, and there's a lot of it here in my city. And yeah, and when it's durian season, I really like eating it.
Okay, really like eating it. Okay, thank you for your answer. Okay, next question, Marl.
Mm,
Do you know
mm.
many people who
Mm.
live nearby?
I know a few of them because I've been living here around like 26 years, I think. So yeah, I've known a few around, just very close neighbors beside our house.
Okay, very close neighbors around our house. Okay, thank you so much. Let me save this. Okay, so now let's move to the next topic for part one. And this next topic is about birthday. So here is your question, Marl. Do you think it is important for you to celebrate your birthday?
Well, when I was young, I used to think that it's very important because it's a special day. But now that I've become an adult, I realize that it's really not that important. Like, I mean, just a simple celebration, just a fine dinner with your family inside your house would be enough.
Okay, would be enough. Okay, thank you so much. Let me save this. Okay, next question, Marl. Whose birthday do you think is the most important
Mm.
to celebrate in China?
Um, I'm not really familiar with it, but I guess it's the prime minister's birthday because prime minister is like the father of the people in China. So I guess many people look forward to his birthday and celebrate with him.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me save this. Okay, then next question, Marl. What do you usually do on your birthday?
All right. I usually eat dinner, especially dinner with my family, and sometimes we eat in a restaurant. or just stay at home and then order some cakes and delicious foods that I really love to eat.
Okay. Foods that I really love to eat. Okay, thank you so much. Let me save this. Okay, so we are done with part number one, Marl. Thank you. Now let us move on to part number two. And for part two, let me send you the information in the chat. So hold on, let me share it to you. Where's that chat? Okay, so excuse me. So Mar, I have sent you the information for part number two. Can you see it?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you very much. So Mar, now this is part number two. So you must describe a time when you received money as a gift. Now remember, you should say when it happened, who gave you money, why he or she gave you money, and explain how you used the money. Okay, so Mar, right now I'm just going to give you a minute to prepare. So don't worry, I'll inform you once the 1 minute is over. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and prepare for 1 minute. Thank you. Okay, so Mar, we are done with the 1 minute timer. So are you ready to speak for 2 minutes, Mar?
Okay, so
Okay,
um
ready?
yes.
Okay, you can start speaking.
All right. So the time when I received the money as a gift, it happened when I was around 10 years old. It was my grandmother. She is actually my dad's aunt's birthday, like that. Yes. She's the one who gave me the money, and I guess she gave me money as a simple gift for visiting her because I rarely, or I could say that our family just sometimes visit her. So she was very delighted to see me at the time. So as a return, she she gifted me money. Okay. And so for the money, well, how I used it. Okay, I actually forgot how I used it, but I guess since I didn't have much to buy when I was young, I perhaps bought some snacks, just snacks. I don't really like buying unnecessary things since I was young. I like keeping it to myself, just like more like savings or just keeping it somewhere just so I could see, oh, I have a lot of money like that.
Okay, Mar, are you done?
Yes, I am done.
I see. Okay. So, although the time is still running, so let's save that. Thank you very much. So, Mar, let us now move to the last part, which is part number three. And this is the same topic with part two. Describe a time when you received money as a gift. And here's your question, Marl. When do children begin to comprehend the value of money?
I think children begin to realize when they are at least 16, 15 or 16 years old, as young as that. because they begin to realize at the time that they are already teenagers, so they begin to become curious and start to observe their surroundings, and then okay, so this is the value of money. I have to work hard to earn it. There's nothing free in this world, so I have to save it, or I have to work part time. Well, in some other countries they already start working part time in that age. So yeah, I guess it's 15 or 16 years old, as young as that.
Okay, as young as that. Okay, thank you so much, Marl. Let's go now to the next question. Should parents reward children with money?
Well, I would say that they shouldn't reward children with money, because if they do it, then otherwise children wouldn't really appreciate the value of money. Like maybe they will grow up being so spoiled, or maybe they'll end up thinking that, oh, it's okay. My parents used to give me a lot of money when I was young, so maybe they can still give me money when I'm adult even right now. So, and I think that they would think they don't need to work hard to earn it. So yeah, I guess it's not a good practice.
Okay, it's not a good practice. Okay, thank you so much. Let me say this. Okay, next question, Marl. Is it good and necessary to teach children to save money?
Well, absolutely, yes. It is very important for children to save money, to teach children to save money, because as they grow up, well, there's a saying that it's better to teach someone as early as they are, or as young as they are, so that when they grow up they will know the right things to do. Because if you teach someone how to save money when they are already adult, their pride would get hurt, and then they would think, I don't need to save a lot of money because some people already gave me, or even my parents gave me a lot of money when I was young. So yeah, I don't need to save, and I have work, so I am confident to have money. But I guess as early as they are young, they have to learn it so that they will know that it's not all the time that we have money, and money is exhaustible. Like, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so let me say this. Okay, so let's have one more question for part number 3. And Marl, what are the advantages and disadvantages of using credit cards?
Well, first and foremost, the advantage is that you don't need to carry cash all the time with you. And it's very convenient when you go, like when you go to a supermarket or in a department store or anywhere, you just need to swipe it. And yeah, you just need to carry your card and you don't need to worry about cash. It's just that for the disadvantage, you have to be mindful of the due dates, because um, as time passes by, you might forget your credit limit, and then you just spend everything as long as you want, as much as you want, without um without really mindful of, yeah, the due dates, or when when to pay and how much to pay. And besides, the bank will call you all the time, so it's not really that good.
Okay. Thank you very much. And let me say this. Okay, so Marl, we are now done with your test today. Well done on completing it. How did you feel, Marl?
I'm nervous. I'm not
Mm,
sure if my answers are all correct, or like they are complete. I don't know, but yeah, I
I
know I
see.
I tried.
Okay. Well, you have done a very good job. So, as far as I can observe, you were able to answer all of the questions quite well. So, which part do you think was the most difficult part for you, Marl? Is it part 1, part 2, or part 3, and why?
I guess it's part three because
Mhm.
it's not just about money, but it's more of like a credit card. And then I don't really have much experience about credit card. I just heard that those are the like pros and cons of a credit card.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for that. So now that you've mentioned part number three could probably be the most challenging part for you in this test. So we will focus on that today. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So I'm now going to share with you my screen. Can you see my screen, Marl?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, so Marl, this is part number three now. But first is these are the topics that we have discussed for your exam. So part one, we have text messages, hometown, and birthday. And part two and three, they have the same topic. Describe a time when you received money as a gift. So let's go to your part number three. So these are the questions that you were able to answer. And we are just going to focus on this question, which you believed that it was a bit challenging for you. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, so here we go. What are the advantages and disadvantages of using credit cards? So I understand that you give a quite a good idea here, but then let's try to improve if there is anything that we can improve here, especially on your vocabulary, on your pronunciation, or perhaps many others that we can use in order to improve your speech even better. Okay. So I would just
Okay.
like to introduce to you this method that I'm going to show right now. Okay, hold on for a bit. Let's go back to part three. Okay, so here we go. So I'm just going to teach you this method that you can absolutely use in your part number three. And this method is called the PREC or the PREC method. So I just want to know, is this method familiar to you or not?
No, not really.
Oh, I see. Okay, then. So let me teach you this on how to use the method to answer your part three. So first of all, we have letter P. Any idea what does letter P stands for?
I guess it's point.
Okay, that is correct. Point. How about letter R, Marl?
Reason.
That is correct. Reason. How about letter E?
Exam.
Oh, this is example. Okay.
Example. Okay.
Yep. How about letter C?
See conclusion.
Okay, that is correct. Thank you very much for that, Marl. So here, let me just write this
Excuse
down.
me.
It's okay. Are you good? Okay, so let's continue. So Marl,
Sorry.
this
Okay.
is, yes, this is the PREC or the PREC method. So let's start first with your point. So as you can see here, these are some phrases that you can absolutely use to create your point. And remember, your point is usually on how you give your opinion. And don't forget, the question says, what are the advantages and disadvantages of using credit cards? Now, I understand here you used, well, first and foremost, you don't need to bring cash. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. So do you think this is a good point to use?
Somehow
Mm-hmm.
because
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I said well.
Okay. Yes. I think we can use this. So since you did mention well, first and foremost, okay. So, but you have to direct it basically from your question. Okay. So here, well, first and foremost, should we say you don't need to bring cash? What else can we use here?
Um. Maybe it's um don't need to bring cash.
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
Oh, hold on. Okay, I'm thinking.
Okay, no
Um,
problem.
I'm not really sure.
Mm-hmm. Do you need some help?
Maybe finance.
Go ahead,
Um,
maybe.
finances. You don't need to worry about finances. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so take a look at this. Remember, this is your point.
Mm,
So
mm.
you have to give your opinion about this question. So, well, first and foremost, what do you think? Any idea?
First and foremost, the
Mm-hmm.
advantage
Okay, the advantage, yes.
is that you don't need to bring cash.
You don't need to bring cash. All right, so this is much better. So, well, first and foremost, the advantage is that you don't need to bring cash. Okay, nice. Now, here, let's move on to the reason. Now, for the reason, these are the phrases that you can use in order to create your reason. So, can you answer this? Why did you say that the advantage is that you don't need to bring cash? You must always remember the question why, because your reason answers and justifies your point. Again, you can use these phrases here.
Um, this is because for the credit card, it's just like the money is already in the card, but the idea is just you're borrowing that money. It's not really your money inside it.
Okay, so thank you for your answer. And as I did notice, your reason was a bit complex. Okay, so remember, your reason doesn't have to be so complex, it just needs to be a good reason. Why is that the advantage for you is you don't really need to bring cash, right?
Okay.
Mm. So can you imagine that if you have a credit card, why do you usually have to bring it with you?
Because I don't have cash with me.
Okay. Anything else? Because I don't have any cash with me. Okay, we're getting there. Can you give me another one?
I don't have an idea.
Are you sure?
Mm, maybe
Are you using a credit card yourself, Marl?
not well. I have a credit card, but I rarely use it.
Okay, you rarely use it. So perhaps because you use it for what? For what purposes do you use your credit card?
When I buy something online, when I order
Okay.
something online,
All right. Buy something online or order. Yes, order online. Okay, what else?
when I go to or like when my salary is delayed.
Your salary is delayed. Okay.
Yeah.
Salary delayed. Okay, that can be possible. Okay. So there, as you can see, you now have provided some reasons why the advantage is that you don't need to bring cash, right? Number one, because maybe you don't have any cash with you, so you don't have to spend time on withdrawing your money at the ATM, correct?
Yes.
So all you need to do is that card and pay for any purchases or merchandises. And then here, number two, you said another reason. So you buy something online or you said order online. And the third is perhaps you are your salary, you said that it's delayed. So yes, it could possibly be a very good way for you to use money just in case you don't have any salaries yet, right? So there, these are now your reasons. So let's turn them into a sentence, okay? So go ahead. So this is because credit cards. mm,
Um,
Remember,
this
think of
is
the advantage.
this is because the credit cards are convenient. I can use them if I don't have any cash with me.
Very good. I can use them if I don't have any cash with me. Okay, good. And the other one, what's the other one?
Second advantage is that
Mm-hmm.
I use it when I buy something online. And lastly, because I don't because it could be my salary is delayed.
Okay, there you go. So you may again use this one. Another reason, okay? Another reason is because, okay, if my salary, okay, let's try to correct this one. Okay, another reason is because if my salary is delayed, what do you do?
I use my credit card
Okay, I can use my credit card to what?
to purchase something.
Okay, to purchase something. Okay, another reason that if my salary is delayed, I can use my credit card to purchase something. What else? What else can you think of here? Remember, your salary is delayed.
Um,
What do you pay? Maybe
hmm.
let's say you're paying for your electricity bills, right? Those are very important.
Ah,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Yes, I can use my credit card to pay my bills, my
Okay.
utility bills.
Okay, good job. That's a very good vocabulary. Utility bills. Okay, you may also use this word, okay? I'm not sure if you're familiar with some vocabulary, especially some expressions. Pay off, right? Here,
Pay off
you
some
can
debts.
use, yes, pay off debts. That is correct. So that is why there's a big advantage when using a credit card to pay off your debts. I can use my credit card to be off my debts and my utility bills, right? Okay, so what do you think? You have two reasons. What do you say? Is it good?
It's way better.
Okay, so there you go, because you've given two advantages, one and two. Good job. Okay, so now any example for this? A very good example for the advantage.
Excuse me.
Hmm. So here you can use these phrases to create your example. So you may say, for example, for instance, or to give an example.
So for example,
Mm-hmm.
uh, I yeah, paying off my debts or other utility bills,
Mm-hmm.
and also sometimes when I want to eat some delicious foods. Yeah, so
Okay.
okay, so I use my credit card, I input my information and order something online, and then
Okay.
yes.
And then,
And then it will be delivered right away without using cash.
okay, and it will be delivered right away using cash. I'm sorry, using
Yes,
without
yes.
cash.
Uh, without using cash.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
without using cash. Good. Because this is a credit card, right? So you don't use
Yes.
any money for this. So let's see. For example, I use my credit card to input my information and order online, and it will be delivered right away without using cash. Okay, so this is a very good example of an advantage as well of using credit cards. You don't need to use money, so you just swipe it and then you can immediately receive any items that you just ordered. Good job. So what do you think of your example?
I guess it's really good, and then it's making my answer really long.
Yes, indeed, it is very long. So, and it also involves the most advantage of why people don't really need to bring cash, right?
Yes.
Okay, and now for the last part, which is the conclusion. Here, actually, these are the only conclusions that we have, but you can create your own conclusions. For example, you may say overall or to sum up, okay, or maybe you can use in a nutshell,
In
okay.
a nutshell.
So these are other ways also on adding your conclusion to your response. So, what will be your conclusion
Mm,
for this response
Excuse me.
about the advantage of using credit cards?
Um, to sum up, I guess there are a lot of advantages of using credit cards than its disadvantages.
Okay, a lot of advantages and
In,
disadvantages.
instead of disadvantages.
Sorry, instead,
Yes.
instead of disadvantages. Okay, here to sum up, I guess there are a lot of advantages instead of disadvantages. Okay, did I miss something here?
No, that's fine.
Okay, so there you go. So this is now your conclusion. So hold on, let me just remove this.
Teacher Maggie, can I teach you
Oh,
something here? Below, can
apo-
you scroll down after the IMF? So if you can see the left side of Teacher Maggie's screen, that's PREC. Scroll down, that's IMF, correct? On the bottommost part would be, you can see the linking words, where you could also see
Oh,
generalizing. Scroll down, scroll down. Comparing,
mm,
contrasting, giving examples, go down. There you go. Generalizing. So you can also prompt when during the time that you're asking your student to conclude, they can use generalizing for conclusion. So generally speaking, or of the whole, in most cases, it is yeah. So those things you can use, or here result consequently under these conditions. So all of
mm,
these parts, it's the bottommost part of the teaching page. You can use that when leading your student to conclude, apart from what teacher Maggie prompted the student to use. Okay, you may go back. Thank you, teacher Maggie.
okay. So, okay, where were we? So that is how we basically use the PREC or the PREC method. So if you take a look at your first answer, although I'm not saying that your answer here is incorrect, okay? So no,
mm,
your answer here is good. It's just that it needs a little organization of your
improvement.
responses, right? So it has to
Yes.
be more organized. so that you won't get confused. Am I speaking of my point? Am I speaking of my reason? Am I speaking of my example? So, in that way, the PREC method will definitely help you on how to organize your speech better. Okay. Any questions, Marl?
Yes. How about
Mm-hmm.
the disadvantages? Should
Mm-hmm.
I also use PREC method for that?
Oh, you mean for this question, disadvantages?
Yes.
Yes. So since this is part three,
Ah.
so
Mm,
we just use the PREC method in part one, actually, and part number three.
mm.
There you go. So, yes, absolutely. To answer your question, yes, you can use the PREC method to your disadvantage here.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
sorry to interrupt because teacher Maggie has a class
Oh,
at 3 o'clock. So what we're gonna do, teacher Maggie, after you improve the answer, what are you gonna do? You prompt the
Um,
student and then move to the next parts.
move to the next part, Bob.
After you improve the answer, you're gonna do a double practice with the student, right?
Yes, Opo.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Okay, so now that we've created your improved answer here, so Marl, I want you to read the improved answer. Okay,
Hey,
ready?
sorry. This is
Oh,
IELTS speaking. We don't encourage our student to read because what happened, teacher Maggie, was you taught the PREC method, right? So you're gonna teach your student to use that method as a mind map. So you can share the screen, show the improved answer, and then you can say, okay, I'm gonna give you a second or a few seconds to check your improved answer. What we're gonna do is let's give you another try. Since you know already the method, use that as your mind map. I'm going to ask the question once again. Click the timer. Okay, can you start answering the question once again? Like that.
okay. Okay, so yes, now that we have provided an improved answer here, now I'm going to give you a chance to give your own answer once again here. Okay, Marl?
okay.
Okay, so use the PREC method and then, yeah, so let's start again. Are you ready?
Okay. Yes, I'm
Okay,
ready.
so what are the advantages and disadvantages of using credit cards?
Okay, so well, to start, the advantages of using a credit card is that first and foremost, you don't need to bring cash, and next is that it's very convenient for you because the money is already in the card, so you don't need to worry about the physical money. Yes. Sorry. Hold on. Please wait. And yes. So, all right. And well, the reason for this is that because of its convenience, then you can just order, or you can order online, and you can purchase online without thinking about how much you should bring.
Okay, thank you very much for this. So, what do you think of your answer? Has it improved somehow?
I guess somehow, because I
Oh,
was able to have the point and the reason. I just forgot the example though.
okay, it's fine. Sometimes, some questions does not really require to give, but again, it depends on your response. So, as much as possible, yes, give an example if you can. Okay.
Okay, sorry to interrupt again. Once you have improved the answer, you do a double practice, right? So that the student can feel how they have improved the answer, right? So, but teacher Maggie, no need to type the double practice because already there's an improved answer. No need to type that
Okay.
once again. Yeah, if you want, you can just show the improved answer while the student is answering. So, yan yung guide niya, but then she can add more details because you already
Mm,
taught the method. Okay, since now is 46, right? Manage your time. Please move to the next sections.
okay. So thank you very much, Marl. So now that you know how to use the PREC method, now let's go and check your band score now, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so Marl, as you can see, this is your overall score. So you got a 6.5. Okay, now first is let's take a look at your highest. Okay, your highest was your fluency and coherence, your grammar range and accuracy, and also your pronunciation. So let's start first with your fluency and coherence. So I would say that you did a good pacing and enough confidence in your speaking. Okay. Minimal. Okay. You have some minimal pauses and hesitations. Okay. So maybe you can still improve on that somehow. Avoid using fillers. Okay. It's very essential to avoid fillers so that you can minimize your pauses and your hesitations. Okay. But so far, you did a good job on your fluency and coherence. Okay.
Mhm.
And the next is this is your grammar range and accuracy. Okay. So you can use a range of sentence structure so far. And then, but try to give more details and information. Okay, so don't try to limit your responses here. So, as much as possible, give more details here. Okay, and don't be afraid to speak out. Just give your natural way, your most natural way of speaking, so that you can express your sentences even better. Okay. And
Okay.
then for your pronunciation, yes, it can be understood throughout the test. Okay. Just very few mispronounced words. Okay, so very good job on this. So just keep on reviewing your pronunciations. And you also had a good intonation.
Oh.
Okay, very good job, Jack. And last is this is your lexical resource. So you received a 6. So I would say that you did used some good and neutral vocabulary. Okay, but as just a suggestion, try to use a mix of simple and advanced vocabulary. Okay, so just like the one that we used a while ago, pay off, right?
Mm.
Mm,
Idioms.
yes. So you may also use idioms to your responses. So it'll be very nice. So yeah, that's it. So again, your overall score is a 6.5. Do you have any questions, Marl?
No, none so far. I didn't expect I'd get that score.
Okay, well, congratulations for receiving that score.
Okay, I'm
Thank
going
you.
to interrupt again. Thank you, Teacher Maggie. These buttons are clickable. So whichever you are discussing, can you try to click the buttons, say in fluency and coherence? Let's say you wanted to say use a range of connectors and so on. So you can click that and make some, as everything is done well, but these are clickable. And then as you move on to the course plan, Teacher Maggie asked, do you have any questions? Just do you have any questions on your mock test and the band score feedback? If there's none, let's move on to the course plan. That's the transition sentence. Okay, because the
Uh-huh.
evaluator will look for that. Let's move on. Teacher Maggie, thank you.
Okay, so Marl, do you have any questions on your band score feedback and your mock test?
No more.
Okay, then. So we will now go to our course plan. So as you can see, your mock test score was a 6.5, and you were able to reach your target score, which is a 6.5. Congratulations. Now, here for the preparation time, you have 44 days left before you take your first IELTS examination. So good luck on that. And for your suggested class frequency, this is just a system generated information or detail. So, if possible, you can do your lessons every other day, and you may also have at least one up to six classes.
Mhm.
Okay. And then for your practice mode, you can do part by part. So you can start with part number one, which is the easiest part. And once you master part number one, you may now move to part two, and then you may move to part number three. And then for the teaching strategy, so this is the independent topic teaching. You can freely choose topics that you would prefer to have in your lessons. So let's say you're not familiar with people, you may choose topics which talks about people. Okay, Marl, any questions?
No, none so far.
Good. So, Marl, that the last part, which is your homework. So, if you want to get a copy of our lesson today, you may just contact our teaching assistants and they will provide you a copy of the lesson material. And they would also help you on how to arrange your schedule with us. So, Marl, thank you very much. You did a very good job today. So, I hope that you can still reach that target score once you take your IELTS exam. And we really hope to see you very, very soon.
Okay, you
Thank
end
you.
with save and complete, right? So, Teacher Maggie, can you please go back to course plan? Okay. Briefly, Teacher Maggie, I won't hold you longer because you need to exit on the 55th minute. This is what we want to prevent in the actual IELTS exam. Since the target score of the student is 6.5, you want to tweak that because you wanted your student to study with you, right? So, how do you tweak that, Teacher Maggie? We wanted a mock test score which is lower than the target score in the real PT class. How do you change this? Let's say, kunwari, pumantay yung target score dun sa mock test score. So makikita mo na yan while you're before you even share the course plan or the band score, makikita mo na yung mock test score, right? Saan mo siya makikita, Teacher Maggie?
Corey.
In the scoring. Already, when you do the scoring, you know the target score of your student. So what you're gonna do is tweak the score. Can you tweak the score, make it 6, Teacher Maggie? That's how you do it. Yeah, siguro 6 na yan. Save and complete.
Hindi pa po 6.5.
6.5 pa talaga.
Ayan, there.
Mataas talaga. Okay, go.
Ayan po.
Right.
Okay.
So
Six.
that will show in the band score feedback and in the course plan. Because ideally, the mock test score is less than the target score. So those are the ninja moves that you can do before you even show the band score feedback and the course plan. So ideally, the mock test score is really lower than that of the target score. Kaya nga target hindi pa niya na-reach. Okay? All good? Thank you so much, Teacher Maggie.
Okay lang po.
Thank you, Teacher Maggie.
Baka may questions po kayo.
Next time.
Okay po.
Okay,
Stop.
so because you're going to have your classes, right? So I won't keep you. I have my comments already in TikTok.
Okay po.
Yes. Thank you so much, Teacher Maggie.
Sige po. Thank you po.
You're welcome. Teachers, please
Thank you
stay.
po.
Okay, let me just tweak my camera. I don't know where. Maybe I'm going to first stop the move. Stop and